Happy Valentine's Week to you and yours, and while you're showing love to all those close to you, hopefully crypto will show us a little love this week. My name is Lane, and you are watching Crypto Insight, the Love Edition, where we take an overall look at the crypto market, winners and losers for the last 7 days, and then we break down the top 10 coins by market cap on the charts, showing you what is likely to happen to the price over this coming week, where you can get in and where you can get out. Top 10 gainers for the last 7 days have been Gifto, Binary X, Tsuka, BitGet Token, Origin Trail, Liquidity, Blocks, Astar, Baby Doge. Top losers for the last 7 days have been Mask Network, Optimism, Floki, Magic, Gala, Bone, Steppen, Phantom, Illuvium. Quickly taking a look at our market indexes, we can see the ES1, S&P 500, E-mini futures are on a rise. Now overall, this is good for Bitcoin and crypto. There are a few bearish signals that's on the daily, so if we do see a breakdown from this upward channel, watch out, things could go down pretty quick. But at the moment, on our 4-hour chart, we do have a bounce from that bottom, so we should be headed up to the top of this channel, and that could help things for us. However, it's the dollar that we need to pay the most attention to. And the best thing that's happened is that we got rejected at this area twice, meaning that the dollar should come down at least a little bit more, maybe to retest this 200 moving average on the 4-hour. Now, if we get a bounce there, we're in the same situation. We're going to suffer as the dollar goes up. But if we do happen to break through that to the downside of that 200-day moving average, and this Ichimoku cloud thickening up tells us that could be happening, that's a wonderful sign for crypto. I do want to caution you that we do have a golden cross occurring on the 4-hour. A little bit wishy-washy in the signals. It's starting to look like we may actually get a bounce there, so keep your eyes on that. If that happens, it could hurt us a little bit. So for all you altcoin lovers out there, you're probably experiencing a little bit of downside as the Bitcoin dominance has found support at around the 43.4% level and is strongly moving to the upside. We do have a little bit of green here on the Ichimoku, working our way back up through this very thick and red Ichimoku cloud, indicating that we still have higher to go. Now, as this happens, your altcoins will suffer, especially in BTC value. Just be cautious of that. Right now, it is showing that more money is going to be pumping into Bitcoin than the altcoins. Turning now to the total 2 by market cap, which is all the altcoins minus Bitcoin, and this displays what we just saw on Bitcoin dominance. Money is moving out of altcoins. We've reached our measured move at this area. Now, if we're lucky, maybe we can get a bounce to retest this 200 moving average on the 4-hour, but chances are likely that we will get rejected there as well. Turning now to Bitcoin on the 4-hour, I want to draw your attention to this very thick red trend line right here, connecting these touches, 3 touches there, drawing that line on up, and you can see that we perfectly, bearishly retested that area. And there are definite signs on the 4-hour that Bitcoin is flirting with the idea of coming back down to touch this area about $20,884, which is a measured move from a rising channel that we broke down from. Now, there is a chance that we could catch some temporary support in this area. We are in a falling wedge pattern. It does have a 68% chance to break to the upside. Now, whether it breaks here or it comes down lower, finds support and breaks up to the upside, we could be coming back up possibly to retest this very large red trend line that I have drawn, around 22,300 in that area, where most likely we would get rejected and start working back down to a lower low. However, if we get really lucky, money starts coming in, which I don't really see happening at the moment, but should we break above that and retest it, that would be a very bullish indicator. But signs are pointing that we're going to play around in a range for a little while, most likely this area here or as big as this area right here, and trade sideways for a little while. A little sideways and possibly down action. Turning now to a different chart on this, let me show you my ideas. Taking a measured move from this rising channel that we broke to the downside, giving us a measured move about 20,400. We may also find some support about 21,000, and currently finding support at a measured move of 21,400. Keep those ideas in mind. It does look like we are headed down. We did lose the 200 EMA, got rejected there, so very likely that we see some lower prices out of Bitcoin this week. Ethereum also is suffering from some downward motion. It seems that we broke out this parabolic line, meaning that their parabolic move should theoretically be over. We're heading down to areas around 1410, maybe down as low as this support area of about 13,058. A possible bullish scenario that we can be looking at if we just take this trend line, make it into a channel. This does have a 68% chance to break to the upside. So you could possibly see a breakout here and then come back up to these areas around the 200 EMA, and that would be about 15,079. So that is a possibility. However, it's also very possible that we just come down to the bottom of this trend line, which would hit our measured move before we attempt to make something like that, and may find rejection up here about 1488 should that scenario play out. Just keep in mind that ultimately this price action could be coming down to retest either the breakout area 1368 or this trend line from a falling wedge channel that we broke to the upside. Could bring us down as low as 1228, but possibly not this week. BNB has pretty much followed expectations, fell down to our measure move target, which was $285. There is a chance that we could find some temporary support there, work our way back up to $294, on back up to about $304 to retest this 200 EMA, about $308, or we could just continue to go down to about $255, which is a very strong area of support. Seeing that we've already met our measure move target, there is the higher probability that we may find support there, but just be cautious. Next area I would look at to find support would be about $274. Beyond that, I would be looking at 261 and then 255. XRP is showing some very bearish signs at the moment. We do have that bearish cross of the 50 over the 200 on the 4-hour. I am looking for XRP to come down to 35 cents, possibly even down to around 34 cents. However, it is worth noting that we are in a falling channel. If we can find support at these areas and work our way back up to say 38 cents, possibly back up to 39 cents, chance that we could break out of this pattern. But again, this all depends on Bitcoin, and for the moment, I do see these lower prices, 35 and 34 cents. Cardano has also broken to the downside of a rising channel, under measure move of 0.3488. I am seeing lower levels coming into play since we got rejected off of this 200 EMA, 33 cents, 31.5 cents, coming on down to possibly retest this area at 29.5 cents. Dogecoin has also lost its momentum, has also fell from a rising channel, hit our measure move target for that perfectly at 0.07951. It has broken out of this parabolic structure. Chances are more downside for Doge. Since the break of that structure and loosen the 200 EMA on the 4-hour, I would be looking at these lower prices, possibly down as low as our daily support at just a little over 5.5 cents. Do have a measured move that I'm looking for at just a little below 6.5 cents. Now, it is possible that price would just fall back out and retest this breakout area of just a little under 7 cents and finding support there. That is the first area I'll look at for support. Second area would be this measured move target. Could catch a little bit of hiccup, see a little sideways action here at just a little under 7.5 cents. Now, Matic is also showing some signs of some bearish activity here. It is in a rising megaphone pattern and is working its way to make it down to the bottom of this pattern, about $1.09. Now, that will test this 200 support level and also a 618 Fibonacci level. Signs are good that we might actually get a bounce here and start working our way back to the upside. So do keep that in mind. However, if we lose this support area, we are looking at coming down to these lower areas, most notably 96 cents, but we do have a measured move, target 1 at 85 cents, and a lower target that comes in even at 80 cents. Now, extending my trend line out just a little, I would be looking at just a little over 0.87 cents as a target, possibly to add to your bags for Matic. OKB is also showing some bearish signs. We've broken out of this rising channel that it has been in for a while now. First target area that we might find support would be at $36.90. Do have a measure move that would take us down to this 618 Fibonacci area. More than likely, that is what we will see at $33.98. We could dip down a little bit below that, maybe reach around 32.50 cents. However, if we break this area, this orange trend line, expect a lot of sloppy, slow downward price action after that, possibly getting down to $25. So hopefully we will get a bounce in these areas around $34 and work our way back up to around our current price, which is about $41. Solana is still being bearish. We did not get that retest of this 24.49 area. It just kept on going down. We did get a retest of the 200 EMA at 22.74. We lost support there and now we're coming down. We do have a measured move from this ascending triangle, brings us down to about 16.69. So that's the first target that I would look at, but we're also looking at these areas about $14.76 as our next level of support. Should we lose that, we're looking at $13.10 for Solana. Shiba Inu has once again traded places with DOT for the top 10. However, we will cover DOT, and we can see that we're breaking to the downside of this rising channel. Measured move would take us down to a decimal point 5 zeros and 8775. That's the area I would be looking at to possibly add to your bags on Shiba Inu. Might find a little hiccup here at the 200-day moving average. You could find support here at 0.000012. Work your way back up here, possibly get a bearish retest. But if we break back into the channel, very bullish. Signs are saying that's probably not likely. Most likely we are still headed down. 0.0000115 could possibly be an area to look at for support. However, this lower measure move is most likely to play out. We were hoping that DOT would find some support here about $6.46 and then making one more leg up on this rising megaphone pattern, which is a bearish pattern. However, it decided to break to the downside, rode the 200 EMA, lost that as support, came back down to this 382 Fibonacci area about 583, or that's where we're headed. We do have a measured move for this rising megaphone pattern, which would take us down to about 550, 553. recovery in that area. Now, if you ask me personally, this is not a bad idea just to start dipping into DOT, especially if you're doing a DCA strategy to start adding in. But we could slip on down through these lower areas. Now, it may find support there because that is really close to the breakout area of the falling wedge. However, it could come all the way down to retest this falling wedge trend line, which would be $4.40. Excellent place to pick it up in my mind, but a scary drop should that happen. Really looking for this area of about $5.13. I want to see that area hold. So we could drop below our measured move at 550, come down 514, 513. Watch that area very closely. If we see it dropping, you're looking at 460. Chances are that we will find a bounce there and slowly start working our way back up. If you found this information helpful, show us a little love. Hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel. Check out our Telegram group where all the cool kids are hanging out, learning, sharing, making some gains, and preserving that capital. Until next time, my name is Lane, and you've been watching Crypto Insight.
Some call him the Nostradamus of crypto. His charting skills have discovered new entire galaxies. He once was engaged to Satoshi Nakamoto's oldest sister. He is the most interesting trader in the world. And today we ask him, what do you do when the market crashes?
I buy more. And I also subscribe to Road Dog Crypto. Trade wisely, my friends.